let's do problem number 26. Oh, these are good ones. These are fun. We're asked to find x and y, and they give us a complex number equivalency. So for problem number 26, we're told that 6 plus 2i minus 6 is equal to x minus the quantity minus 4 plus y I. And so we got to solve for x and y to determine what values for x and y will make this statement true. Okay, so let's do a little homework here. Let's make some distinctions here. First thing I want to do is kind of like, it's like terms, right? We have the imaginary parts. Anything with an I is imaginary. Anything that doesn't have an I is a real component, okay? So this is real, the x is real, right? And the 4 is real. So what I'm going to do is whenever we, just like we would solve a regular equation, I'm going to distribute this negative. Think of this as like -1 times the quantities in the parentheses, right? So I'm just going to drop the parentheses. This is 6 plus 2i minus 6 is equal to x. -1 times -4 is a positive 4. -1 times yi is a negative yi. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms, remembering that these are real components and anything with an I is an imaginary component, right? So in my next line, 6 minus 6 is 0. So I'm only left with 2i. Then that is set equal to x minus 4, or plus 4, getting a little ahead of myself, minus yi. Well, x is a number and y is a number. So these are the real components, right? But they're on the same side of the equal sign. These are the imaginary components, but they're on the opposite side of the equal sign. So ideally, let's subtract 4 from both sides and see what it looks like. If I do that, I've got -4 plus 2i is equal to x minus yi. Is that right? Where anything with an I is an imaginary component and anything without an I is a real component, right? Complex numbers are made up of real and imaginary parts. Well, if I set the real parts, -4 equal to x, those are the real parts. Bam, I'm done. Now the next part is to take and set the imaginary parts together. In other words, I'm going to say 2i is equal to -yi, right? Well, here now I need to solve for y. So I'm going to multiply everything by -1. When I do that, the signs change on both sides of the equal sign. Then I'm simply going to divide by I. What am I left with? -2 is equal to y. So then our solution for x and y is x is equal to -4, y is equal to -2. Let's see if we're correct. Wha-bam with the bacon sizzle.
That was easy.
What's the next one you guys want to do?